Hi there, good noon and welcome to yet another session. बात की बात में पता नहीं चला, it is part 8 of our work together on CAT VARC. So, what do we plan to do today? Some more practice. But before that, I welcome you to BYJU'S exam prep channel that is dedicated to your success, and that is why we keep on bringing a lot of informative concept clarity sessions, practice sessions, test taking strategy sessions across all the different areas. And it is absolutely fantastic, absolutely fabulous to see you here day after day for each one of those sessions. In case you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that, and that bell icon can help you enable the notifications. They ensure that you do not miss out on any of the sessions that we bring for you. My name is Vikrant. I am your personal coach for all things English and communication, and here is something that I want you to ponder over. Goes contrary to the advice that you may receive from a lot of people, but I very firmly believe that I read a lot, I interact with a lot of people a lot, and that allows me to take right decisions, develop better perspectives, and I'm sure that will help you as well, right? So shall we go on? Yeah. So let's go ahead and start our work together on our practice bit. Now, last week I picked up an RC passage which was probably the toughest RC passage that a lot of people had gone through. So I got that feedback, and I'm tilting a little more towards giving you something which is easier today to begin with. So last couple of sessions gave you challenging passages, and here for a change is a breather. You would hopefully not find it as difficult as, why hopefully, you would definitely not find it as difficult as the one that you practiced last week. So Parikshit, what's up? How are you doing? So here you go. Passage 1, I'll take you through it slide by slide, and the moment you're done reading one, let me know and I'll take you over to the next one. There you go. Let's start. Okay, taking you to the next one. Okay, next. And here comes the next part. Okay, taking you to the next one now. Okay, here is the next part. Okay, here is the next. The next part. Fabulous, huh? What a lovely piece of advice this is. You try it out in your personal relations too. And here comes the next part. I really like it when a passage drops some truth bombs. Oops. See this or this. Really nice. They actually give you more ways of thinking through emotions that we encounter in life. Okay, so with that, let us now dive into our questions. So here is your first question. What do you think should the answer be? Shall we? Okay, so this is C. The answer can be found in the very first paragraph, right? The very first slide that we shared absolutely had this answer. So C it is. Here is the next one. Okay, so this is more or less a main idea question, and the best answer here is going to be B. Reasons are not discussed or discussed very briefly. To listen carefully to the concerned employee, it's only when he's emotionally disrupted. And this was a suggestion for that first strategy if they are fallen into the value trap. So C and D are very specific. B, on the other hand, talks about the entire passage, and that is why that should be your answer. And here is your next question. Okay, so let's dive into the third one. Now, there is this particular part within that self-efficacy trap where it says when dealing with such overqualified employees, it is important to avoid challenging their ability or expertise. So that part is right. But this next part, because that would hurt their inflated ego. So the first half of A we can have it from there, but the second half is not something that is mentioned in the passage. But if you look at the next part of the passage, says instead demonstrate to them that they have misjudged the requirements of the task, convince them that it requires a different approach. So that makes B definitely closer to it, and therefore the answer A was a tricky option which was designed to lead you into making a mistake. So here is the next one. Question number 4. This should be easy. Let's see. All right, so the correct answer here is indeed option. Which one? It is going to be option B. You know that we were talking about the most difficult employee is the one who has this emotional trap, and that's where B would come into picture. Here is the next one for you. The last question of the passage and a reasoning based question, unlike the last few questions which were more or less specific detail. Let's see what you choose. So, if we were to look into this, you notice empathy, intellect, these are things that have not been mentioned in the passage. And therefore, for both of these, the label should be can't say. Whereas C is false because we know that those emotion ones are the most difficult ones, not the overqualified ones. D is the only one that is true, and that is why that should be the answer as well. Abhishek, CUET PG is quite similar to Maharashtra CET or CMAT, so you can attend those sessions. We will also bring in mocks, dedicated mocks for CUET, and we can go ahead and conduct a session or two eventually as well. Okay, but as long as you're attending these sessions, nothing new really. I mean, generally, I normally say that anybody who's prepared for CAT, ZAT, and SNAP has covered the entire syllabus. There is no other exam which brings in anything new. So the composition, the difficulty level, the kind of strategy that you need to adopt for that particular exam, those are the kind of things that change. In terms of preparation, nothing else would really change. You still need to go ahead and work on more or less similar things. Okay, and as I said, we will be bringing 5 mock tests for CUET PG. You can definitely go through those and benefit. Abhishek, we kind of prioritize. Yeah, there are some exams at the end of the day, you know, CUET is new on our radar, right? This is something that we had to focus on this time around because of TISNET. But we have a far higher number of people who are focusing on Maharashtra CET and CMAT, so that task got prioritized, obviously. Okay, but once again, as I said, if you're focusing on these sessions, that should be sufficient for you. Okay, so here is the next one. Question number 6 and 7. Both of these will give you 4 sentences. When you properly sequence them, they should form a coherent paragraph. You know that in CAT, these are non-multiple choice questions. So you won't have options, but use the clues that are scattered in those sentences and share the most logical sequence with me in the chat below. Abhishek, I'd have to check with the content team here. I wouldn't really know. And that's something that I cannot do during the session. So unfortunately, I'll not be able to get back to you on that today. And who knows, maybe they're already live or whatever. I'd have to check. Are you a student at BYJU'S? If yes, then you can also reach out to the relevant contact person there as well. Okay, so here is question number 6. Go ahead and tell me what the answer should be. Let us see. Oh, KK, very nice, very nice. Fabulous. So this but requires contrast immediately before, and that contrast will be provided by 1. So when you say another group, you need to talk about one more group, and that group is here, and they are enabling them. So we need to have 4 plus 1. And if you look at 2 is a topic sentence. It talks about democracy, and high levels of inequality of the kind that have come to characterize the US are simply incompatible. So this inequality is being talked about in 4th, 1st and 3rd, right? And 2 can act as a topic sentence and therefore should come before. So the best sequence for it is going to be 2, 4, 1 and 3. See, 4th, 3 cannot be after 4. 4 very clearly says that they use money to maintain their power. Believing these people are working for a better world. Why? You can, this other group can probably, unwitting enablers. So they are trying to lead to equality, but then their presence ironically leaves the system uninterrupted. So those clues will tell you that 2, 4, 1, 3 is going to be the best sequence. And with that, let me give you the next one. Slightly longer, but I like longer because they give you more clues. So you may end up spending more time reading, but those extra clues would typically make the question overall easy. So let's try this. KKF, these exams they're weird. Can't help it. Okay, Chinmay, I see that. Okay, so when you say all three, what is it talking about? Has to be one, right? So we know that fourth definitely needs to follow one. Then let's look at 2 and 3. 2 talks about the coldest temperature ever recorded just got colder thanks to the work of climate detectives at the World Meteorological Organization. And here, World Meteorological Organization versus WMO tells you that 2 should definitely come before 3, immediately before or not, we'd see. But then this is, third is talking about the detective work. And look at third, an automatic weather station in Greenland. And then look at first, the Klink station in Greenland. And this 2 degrees will also justify first. So has to be 2, 3, 1 and 4 anyway is coming after 1. So the best sequence for us is 2, 3, 1 and 4. Look at the clues and then answer. So that's about Parajumbles, but as usual I've told you in each one of these CAT sessions I am going to keep a vocabulary or a grammar question for sure, because I do not want you to leave these things for the end. So here is a vocab based question, a fill in the blank this time around. So select the most appropriate words for the blanks. So a sentence that gives you 2 blanks followed by 4 answer choices. And okay, I forgot to add the timer. I should have, could have. Well, let's go ahead and answer this one and then we'll move on. So, what's your take? I think if I look at it, the sentence is positive. So, if I focus on the first blank, hinder, disrupt, and complicate are all negative words. They cannot go, and therefore the answer has to be option C, which is something that you have rightfully pointed out. So, that's what I brought for you today. So, I'd be pausing here. You can go ahead and check out more of our sessions, which are going to be part of a fabulous program that we have created to take you closer to your desired percentiles in the exams. This program has proven or given great results as well. And before I forget, do you know that our first all India open mock CAT for CAT 24 is live? The window opened a couple of days ago. If you've not appeared for that yet, please go ahead and write it. I'm sure it will add a lot of value to your preparation. It will help you benchmark yourself against the competition, and it will bring in that understanding of that element of test taking strategy which you can use to level up your game further. So that's it from me today. If you want to reach out to us, there are plenty of places that you can follow us on and reach out to. I would love to see you in my next session. Until then, stay safe, stay focused, stay in touch. Have a lovely week ahead. Take care. And don't forget to like the video before you go.